All right, so as promised, I'm giving the final 3 days of an experienced driver's orientation at JB Hunt on a dedicated route. Right now, I'm currently at home, sitting in my truck. It's the Peterbilt 579, the one I brought home and parked. Still got 3 months to pay on it. Still got the check engine light and the traction control light on. Traction control light, I don't know what that is exactly yet. The check engine light is more than likely the knock sensor, and it'll go off, but the truck needs to really be put on the highway, and it's on because it's caused by the EGR cooler leak. I got back and I had to put coolant in the reservoir because it was below the minimum code level, and that's because when the truck is sitting and it's off, that coolant just drips into that EGR cooler and fucks all my stuff up. But I got it running because the batteries were dead and I couldn't start it, so I primed it up. I put a jumper cable on it. I got some industrial size, well, I guess you can call them semi-truck size jumper cables. I don't know what gauge they are, but they're heavy. They're pretty heavy duty and they're pretty long. I was able to stretch from the driver's side of the day cab to the driver's side of the Peterbilt down by the steps. So they're pretty good. I got them off of, I got them from Grainger. But that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is, how was the last 3 days? The last 3 days was essentially me driving, getting a feel for what it is to do the job, how to work the people net, how to send loaded calls. They have a app called Vector. There's a lot of redundancy in the operation, but it makes sure that you don't get it wrong. And there's quite a bit more paperwork than what we had at Landstar. So they got tablets. In the Peak, I still got the old Omnitrax. No. Yeah, I think that's called an Omnitrax. Let me see. Yeah. So, but I can't do anything with it. I'm not registered to anything. I mean, if I drive around, it's just gonna sit there. The hours never start or anything because it's not registering to anybody. But anyway, so 3 days of that. A lot of dropping hooks. I had a hotel for the entire week, so every morning at 6 a.m. My trainer picked me up and we jumped in a day cab just like that one, not that one, but just like it, and we essentially rode around and did loads. The last 2 days were pretty easy. We got off at like 3 o'clock on Thursday, and then we got off at 2 o'clock on Friday, which is today. Wednesday was 6 stops, multiple dropping hooks. One of them we had to switch out 3 trailers, so it was 3 dropping hooks in one location. So we got off at 6 that day. Just a second, I need to find my lighter. Sorry about that. But the last day, like I said, it was by 2 o'clock. We only had 2 stops, but they were further runs. We left from Cincinnati to Columbus, or a place called Lockburn, Ohio, which is essentially Columbus, and back. And then we had like a short run, and we did that first, and then we did the long one last. Pretty simple job. I like it so far. That's not what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be regional, but they didn't have a plan. What I noticed was the staff, the training manager, and a lot of the other dispatch people, they left early, apparently before 2 o'clock, because when I got back, checkout was this morning, so I didn't know if they were going to give me a hotel for the weekend, or if I was going to end up getting a truck, or I didn't know what. So when I got there, they came up with an impromptu plan. This truck was actually in the shop around the corner, so they had my trainer go, and we jumped in his personal vehicle, and he took me to go pick up this day cab, and they told me to just drive it home to Indianapolis. So that's what I did. I drove it home, and I parked it right next to my truck, and I even got a jump off of it. So it'll sit there, and this will sit here too. It's looking like I'm running a damn trucking company right out of my front yard with all these trucks parked up here, but it's kind of cool because people are asking questions like, hey, what's going on? You got a new truck? And I'm like, nah, but it does look good, you know. So that's how it was, man, and it's over. So I take this truck back, that day cab back Monday, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I really don't know what the plan is. I don't know if there'll be a sleeper truck there, if I'll need to go to Louisville to pick one up, or if I'll need to go somewhere else. I really have no clue, so I'm not even gonna tell you what the next step is, except 5 o'clock a.m. on Monday, me and that day cab will be back in Monroe, Ohio. And this one was really hard to start up because it sat in like 17 and 10 degree temperatures all week. The batteries are dead, so I don't know if I need batteries, or it's 19 degrees right now, as you can see that. And I don't know if I need batteries too. I got some AGM batteries in here, and I turned everything off. They disconnected the APU, turned the CB off, disconnected the refrigerator, turned the inverter off. Man, I turned everything off, but the batteries were still super dead, and it was hard to start. So I put some 911 fuel treatment in here, and I put it in that one, just because it's so cold. I don't know what happened to the light. I don't know why it just got dark like that, but hopefully you can still see what's going on. But yeah, so shit, man, you really cannot see. I'm sorry about that. There you go. But as you well know, they hold a week back in the pay, so I didn't get paid. Landstar's supposed to have a check mailed to me, but my virtual office closed at 4:30, and I didn't get back till 5:30, so they did not direct deposit it. They mailed it, and it's the weekend, so I don't know if I'll even be able to get it next week until next. I don't know when I'm gonna be able to get it, man, to be honest with you, simply because they want me back in Monroe at 5 a.m. on Monday, so the office doesn't even open up until 8. So that ain't gonna happen unless I tell them that I'm not coming in at 5 a.m., which is probably a bad thing being a new hire. So, you know, working a regular job now, I gotta obey the rules. But you know, it is what it is for now. Soon I'll be back in business on my own. The economy will turn around. This truck, I'll have all of the little odds and ends fixed on it. The battery, the EGR cooler, the cab shocks, the brakes on the rear axles, and hell, that's really it. An oil change. I think I need a kingpin because I got some waviness in my tire over here, so I might I might get the kingpins on both sides redone. And oh, I got some fender side marker lights that are filled with water. The LEDs, they work, but they're filled with water, so I'll replace those. Those are pretty cheap. But other than that, man, my truck is still good to go. If you've watched any of my videos, then you know the house that I'm at is completely gutted and under renovation. So what I did was I ran an electrical cord to the truck, this truck, because it's got a sleeper, and I plugged up a what is it called, space heater in the back here. Still got my computer and all that back there. Can't see it, it's dark, but it's on. The space heater's on. I'm just letting the truck warm up to get the cab to a decent temperature for me to be comfortable, and I'm gonna just sleep in here over the weekend. Yep. Went to the YMCA downtown and got a good workout. I've been working out all week, jogging, a little mixture of jogging and walking, 3 miles each day, and then after that I get off that treadmill and I do some light weight training, because I haven't worked out in like 6 months. So I'm just slowly getting back into it, because I don't want to rip nothing, pull nothing, sprain anything. You know the deal. Other than that, man, I don't really know what else to tell you, except it's good so far. There's a little bit of uncertainty that makes me uncomfortable, obviously, with driving a day cab back instead of a sleeper. The automatic is a trip. You know, on these manuals, you can ease into a dock door. You can ease up under a trailer and let your fifth wheel, you know, hook up to the kingpin real nice and real smooth. Not in those automatics. Those things really want to do all the driving for you. They slam into trailers. They, you know, they shift just like a manual. Just there's no shifter and there's no clutch, but the feel of it is just like a manual, except some of the gears that it goes through are not the gears that I would have picked. But it takes some getting used to. And it's got a little knob, like a turn signal knob on the right hand side that you twist up and down to drive, reverse, and neutral. And once I pull the brakes, man, I jump out the thing like as if I was in a manual like this, and sometimes forget to put the damn thing in neutral. So I need to stop doing that. There's all sorts of beeping noises for lane departure, and there's if someone's in front of you for too long and you're too close, doesn't matter how it happened, the thing starts talking to you through beeps, and that's a little annoying. The radio does not hook up through Bluetooth to your cell phone, so that's some bullshit too, man. So I don't even know how I'm gonna listen to music. I have no clue. But other than those small things and some of the lack of clarity as to what it is I'm supposed to be doing. They said, you know, the trainer dude was like, once you get your truck, everything will run a lot smoother. I'm hoping he's right, because you know, I've been in business for myself for 6 years out of trucking 6.5, and I don't plan 30 seconds into the future. I generally plan a little further than that, and it feels like everything that's going on when there's like a major change, like, you know, completing my training and things like that, or perhaps getting off a Greyhound to get to the hotel, or this, you know, shit like that. The logistics for getting me around seem to be a little impromptu, and that's a little nerve-wracking. Oh, it's also got another little neat feature. You don't have to get out and pull the fifth wheel on I don't know about the regional trucks, but on these day cabs, it's got a little button where you simply just hold the button and for a few seconds or whatever until it stops beeping, and it actually it disconnects the fifth wheel, which that's probably a really cool feature that I would like to have on my truck, but you know, it's no big deal. But other than that, oh, it's governed, you know, so 62, and then if you put it on cruise, you can get up to 65. But the 65 in those seems a little slower than the 65 in this. My 65 seems a lot more, it seems stronger. That one has a Cummins though. It does have a Cummins X15. You know, I got the PACCAR. I had them both started next to each other. It seems like the Cummins is a little louder than the PACCAR, so that was something new. I didn't know that about Cummins. It's just a little bit louder, not much, but noticeable. But I ain't gonna sit here and ramble, man. That's what it is. That's how it is. I hope you enjoyed some of this content. I hope you got something that you can use out of it. Not a real big, put my big face on the camera and talk to you type person. Most of the videos that I see, I don't even want to look at the people. I just need the information. So I point my camera out to my neighborhood, and you know, you can look at some of that stuff. But that's what it is, man. And I hope you enjoy your day or night. And I hope you, like I said, learn something that you can use. And I'll get at you in the next video.